You rightly referred to Mr. Skripal as a traitor, as a defector, but, I can assure you that he is almost forgotten in Russia.
Well, that was Russian ambassador to the EU talking about Sergei Skripal. He went on to suggest that Britain may be behind the nerve gas attack on the former spy. Well, the fallout from Skripal's poisoning is hanging over President Vladimir Putin on this election day. CNN's Melissa Bell joins us now from London with more on this. And Melissa, we just heard from that ambassador saying that Russia had nothing to do with the nerve agent attack, pointing the finger of blame back on Britain. But today we also heard from the UK Foreign Minister, who said he has evidence that Russia has been stockpiling this nerve agent. What can you tell us?
That's right, Linda. In fact, what's been so interesting to watch this unfold over the course of the last couple of weeks is the extent to which British claims and British rhetoric have really ratcheted up over the course, especially of the last week, Linda. It began with Theresa May speaking before the Commons on Monday, accusing Russia of involvement in this, saying that this was a military-grade nerve agent that had been developed in Russia, but leaving open the possibility, really, that perhaps it had gotten into the wrong hands. By Wednesday, with no news from Moscow, no reply to those questions, Theresa May went on to tell the Commons that, in fact, she believed not only that it had been produced in Russia, but, in fact, planted by Russia, hence the measures that were then announced. Boris Johnson, the British Foreign Secretary, went so far on Friday as to say not only that Russia had been directly involved, but laid the blame firmly at the feet of Vladimir Putin himself. Then he spoke today on British television, going even further in his accusations. Here's what he had to say.
We actually have evidence within the last 10 years that Russia has not only been investigating the delivery of nerve agents for the purposes of assassination, but has also been creating and stockpiling Novichok.
Now, that question of Russia's involvement, of precisely what it has been doing, has yet to be proven. We've had those very forthright British claims. We've had that ratcheting up of rhetoric, Linda. But for the time being, we're being asked by the British government simply to believe them. Indeed, 2 weeks on from the finding of Sergei and Yulia Skripal on that bench unconscious in Salisbury, the British government have yet to provide any proof. And this is Moscow's point, that it is time that they prove their case. The good news is that we're expecting here in the United Kingdom tomorrow representatives from the Organisation for the Prevention of Chemical Weapons. They are going to be invited to Porton Down, the military facility that is only about 10 miles from Salisbury, and where those samples that have been collected by the British are being kept. They will be provided access to them. They will then take them to laboratories to test them, and we will find out the truth. That is what is so interesting about this story at this stage, is that we've heard from London, we've heard counterclaims from Moscow. It's very difficult to know who to believe. We will find out from these independent experts precisely what this nerve agent was and where it came from.
All right. Good to have you with us. Certainly a lot to unpack there. Melissa Bell, thank you very much.